Welcome in. Hello everyone. Welcome to the RaceOnOz race for tonight. Round number 3, Dragon Trail Gardens. Qualifying is a minute to go, so we'll be starting in just a second. Thank you for your patience. Let's get into it. This is round number 3. My name's Josh and I'm Demo on Garage, and I'm finally in the new place, ready to go. And hoping everything's all set up correctly. I'm hoping the sound's working. I did test it, but yeah, I'm in the new place. I've got a nice new setup going. It's a little bit clustered at the moment. There's a lot of stuff here, there, and everywhere, but I'll eventually clean it up nicely. But it's ready to go tonight. And welcome along, and hopefully you're enjoying it in glorious HD, high definition. We've got the facilities to do that now, so I'm just hoping that you're seeing it the way I wanted it to be seen. Anyway, we'll enjoy tonight's race. At the moment, Keaton is on top of this qualifying session as the checker flag is out on the last flying lap. Jono Stan in second place. He's about a 10th away. Looks like he's running down. Everyone else seems to be finished. Looks like Keaton got across the line. He doesn't need to improve, but he might as well. We've got 2 sprint races tonight. Half points for the second race. Reverse grid for the second as well. So we're going to see some really interesting stuff tonight. Should see some really interesting strategies. Should see a really good 2 races. 12 cars, Dragon Trail Seaside, one of my most favourite circuits, and I can't wait to get this thing started. So welcome along. Enjoy the racing. We'll be calling it. And can't wait. Let's do this. So, looks like everything's done and dusted. And don't forget, you can catch us on Twitch if you want, YouTube or Facebook. And hopefully Facebook's okay, because apparently I've gone above their normal bitrate of 6 megabits. YouTube suggested 8, so I did 8, but apparently Facebook doesn't like that. There's your lineup. Keaton on top from Jono Stan, Brian F, SS Man down in third. This is the final, first of 2 races tonight. This is Division 1, the RaceOnOz boys. Let's get this started. The 2 Red Bull colours on front. There's your grid. Oh, I've only got 11. We lost. I forget who we lost. But WTF Man on the back. Not a lot to split them. Let's take a look at this one. Waiting for the lights. Top right of your screen. Just under the track map there. Red, 2, 3. You can hear the engines roaring. And it's green light. Race bursts to life. And I think SS Man got away really well. Excuse me. And I think it was either XL who was a little bit slow. Looks like it's been restarted because we just lost a lot of drivers. Can we see what happened? No. I think there was someone somewhere did something. Restart. Just had to go check the doggy. First time it's been allowed to roam inside, and I wondered if she was up to anything nasty, but she's just sitting there. So I'm happy with that. I'm home alone tonight. Daniel Spence. Restarted for Big Chopper Dog. Thank you very much. Trail wrong. Oh, did I? I was so rushed with this. Did I call it Dragon Tail? Because I did. I called it Tail, didn't I? I'll do that. I'll edit that later, Jono. When I was naming the stream, I was actually debating whether it was in my head. I should have just checked, but I was debating: is it called Dragon Tail or Dragon Trail? It's Dragon Trail, not Dragon Tail. So if you're here live, it's not called Tail. So Jono's just alerted me to my mistake on Facebook. Anyway, I can't wait to see what these boys do tonight. There should be some really good racing. They always put on a really good show. So we're just getting it restarted here. And of course, let me know the stream's working okay. Let me know you're enjoying the new quality. Because on my end it looks good. So yeah, enjoy that one, guys. Okay, it's time for round 2. Get this one restarted. Letting Big Chopper Dog rejoin the field. There he is. We've got 12 cars now, so he'll start at the back. He said he had to rest his Sony, so he was up all night playing, I heard. Anyway, restart number 2. Here we go. Watch the lights again. Top right of your screen, just under that track map. First red 2. The engines rev high. Everyone's getting ready. Watch the start from SS Man and Jono. Oh, they're a little bit slow from Keaton. And Jono is not up there. He's in 3rd. He's actually lost some spots to SS Man, but it's Brian F. well out in front by the start. Excuse me. Viper Z, XL up beside each other, up to the first S-Bends, and everyone squeezes through. Jono Stan going around the outside of Razor. Viper Z closed in behind. Close battle stations there. In 7th, we got XL side by side with Groover coming up to the double 90-degree kink, and he gets around that, climbing the hill now. A leader, Keaton, takes the field off, up to the uphill SS Man trailing, and then it's Brian F and Jono. Jono losing a lot of spots from the start of this one. He's going to be climbing his way back, but Keaton with the outright pace here at the start of this first sprint race tonight. And look at that, he's already got himself an almost 1 second gap on the rest of the field. Coming down now towards the bus stop section, a lot like Monaco. The field piles into this awkward corner where it sort of just clambers on forever. Lots of understeer, oversteer. You can get it all in that one. Anyway, XL, he's going to be neck and neck, side by side, and Groove has just let him slot in. Does anyone get taken out? Does everyone get through safely through lap 1? We are through. All 12 cars get through. And look at this. We've got a fight for second place with Brian F and Jono making his advances. Brian F just covering his tracks nicely. Jono following him behind, looking for a way around that Pagnian car of Brian, who's up in the 3rd spot. He's doing a great job. First lap done and dusted. Got 16 laps here. First sprint race. And remember, the second race, reverse grid. Look at the gap that Keaton is pulling away, though. He's absolutely flooring it. Oh, Razor, he went a little bit deep. But look at that. The rest of the field gets through. We're watching Hatfield chasing XL. And he's got Norm just in behind. Groover doesn't look like he's too far away. He had to let him in through the bus stop section before. And he is at the moment. He's just biding his time, looking for that weakness. Razor takes the field down through and up the uphill S's. Keaton's still leading this one by a fair distance. He looks quite strong. I think this is a track that... Oh, no! Razor's out wide. And, oh, he's absolutely turfed it. Let's have a look. See what happened. Where did he come wrong? Oh, you can see he's clipped the inside of that curb there quite high. Back to the live action, and Keaton is the first up to the bus stop. Nice and easily through SS Man, Jono, Viper Z. Looks like we got most of the field through it. Chopper Dog. There looks like there was a little bit of argy-bargy there. It was weird to watch, wasn't it? Back to the live action. You can see the gap between Chopper Dog and WTF is quite big from that. I think WTF didn't come out of that situation too well. No, he was the one that hit the wall, and he lost a lot of speed out of that. That's why he's sitting so far back behind 10th place Chopper Dog. But it's Keaton who's going to be the one to beat, and he's going to he's going to win this one, and he's probably going to start at the back because of the reverse grid. But if there's anyone that's capable of coming up and getting a podium from this, it will be this man. Look at the pace on him now, 1.7 seconds, the gap on lap 3. Oh, Prince, welcome to the stream, joining us from YouTube. A great stream is what you needed, and you didn't even know. No, unfortunately, I wanted to advertise this one to the world, but I had to set up a few things having moved. So I just got everything in and dusted just in time. Oh, XL outbrakes himself slightly. And he's given Viper Z the opportunity to sneak one up the inside, but he didn't have the pace or the torque out of the corner. He's going to be chased into the bus stop though. And Viper Z doesn't give up. Oh, Viper Z's tagged the wall. Groover might be able to push forward here. Let's see what happens. Norm doing the same thing. Don't think Viper lost too much speed from that though. This is on board with Groover in the midfield. While driving the VW Beetle. He's the next level racing entry, and he's got a bit of a gap on his competitor Hatfield behind. Coming up towards the S-bends here at the start. Brakes on hard. Get on the power early to nail this section. Oh, Norm gets a little bit wide. Curves are really high here too. We saw that take our first victim. And then you got the sort of a double 90-degree section. Before you climb the hill again, you drop down, then you go up the back up the hill, where it's really vital to get a clean line through here, as we've seen. I think Groover's got it nailed. Just cuts the inside line there, just upsets the car balance a little bit. I think he compromised slightly from that. As you can see, Norm is using the slipstream to his effect here. Hasn't made any advantage from it though. Viper looked to get a really good run out of there. That's where the last lap Viper didn't quite get the run he wanted. Tight section of track through here. Oh, a bit of a tail going there for Groover, but he's caught it. Good car control. Team BHR at the moment. Got 5th and 7th. So looking to score some points. Half points for the second race, by the way. Keaton, though, out in front. His lead is sort of plateaued at the 1.6 second mark as SS Man is making his advances in the gamesman machine. Nice colour red too. Jono Stan. He didn't have the best of starts, but he's gotten in front of Brian now. So he's made his way up into the podium position. And Brian down in 4th. We're looking to take that one away from him. Steal it off him if he can. We're a third of the way through for race 1 of 2. Oh, Brian with the tail out. I think, again, getting too much of that inside curbing. And you can see just how much it upsets the cars around this track. Watch this. As Brian comes down, he takes a lot of the inside. And it just upsets that back end. He was very lucky to keep control of that one. Oh, XL. I think XL's got a move on here. Norm does as well. Norm gets around the outside. Beautiful stuff. 2 overtakes in 1. Both from the Team BHR boys. Let's see if Brian F can reply into the braking zone. XL's not defending it. Oh, it looks a little bit tight. They looked a little bit late in the brakes, both of them trying to outbrake each other. I think they were just at the limit. But they've found it. They're just on it. Let's see if we can go back and have a look at this overtake. Brian F went wide. That's what happened there. And then watch this. Norm did the same thing around the outside of Groover. They were going to be tagging side by side, but he had the speed into the bus stop and the lead before the exit. Oh, he's back behind him already. Groover back in front of Norm. They're tagging positions. 7th and 8th, 8th and 7th. Norm down the inside of the 90-degree right. He bumps Groover's panel, but pretty clean pass. Hopefully we can go back and see how Groover got the move done. Can Norm maintain this one? On board with Norm, looking behind. Groover. Great competition between these boys at the moment. Absolutely ruthless racing. Now there's going to be an opportunity for a move here. Groover, look at this. Chucks it down the inside. They get a little bit sideways. Hatfield comes through. We can't see where Norm is. He's just next to him. Look at this. They're going to be 3 wide into the bus stop. Hatfield slots in behind and they work it all out before the second corner. Oh, just in and out. Look at that. They were squeezing the eye of the needle with that one. And Groover has come out on top. Ruthless. Absolutely ruthless. Norm goes for the dive, but it could be the switchback that works for Groover. Oh, Groover with the run out of the corner. And I was expecting that one, but it was a move that Norm, you know, was well within his rights to make. Would have looked a bit dive bombish online, but here in the league racing, they all pretty much well know what they're going to do. There could be 2 positions lost for Groover here. He was on the brakes early. Norm was super late. DRZ Hatfield going around the outside. And Norm has absolutely kicked it into second gear. And around he goes. Chopper Dog. Where has he gone? Can't find Norm. There he is. Let's have a look at this great battle that was happening. How did he manage this? He just went 2 wide, hit the sandpit, and around he goes, doing a 360 for good effect. And the Turtle Beach TBHR car is now at the back of the grid. He's down in 11th. Looks like Razor's had some problems because he's wasn't able to recover. He's down in 12th, but he'll be seeing Norm back that far now. So let's see what happens with that. What a race we've had here in race 1. 7 of 16 laps. We're coming up to the halfway mark now. And what a fantastic opening race for round 3 it's been. SS Man hasn't really been able to close that gap. You can see it opening up to about 3 seconds as we hit the halfway mark of this one. Jono stands in 3rd comfortably. He's got almost the same sort of gap on Bryant, as these 4 now are starting to pull away from the midfield. Viper Z has also got a nice little gap forming on Groover as all that action was happening behind. Hatfield finds himself in 7th now. And he hasn't been able to catch up. Now, XL and WTF, there's a battle happening here and it's raging. He's the highest ranked BHR car in this race at the moment. His teammate crashing out before Norm. He had a really audacious move into the bus stop, then a big dive into the last hairpin, but it was up through the S-bends. The car just did not want to turn in. Lots of understeer for him. Hits the outside sandpit, and around he went. Wow. We finally got a moment to catch our breath here. So much was happening. Chopper Dogs down in 10th. Let's take a look back at how this all unfolded. On board with Norm. He was just on a very different line, and the car, you can just see, just drifted out wide. He was unable to collect it. He's still got the lead on Razor though. But you can see it's clear air for as far as the eye can see at the moment. Oh, he's pushing hard through here. Last lap from normal, 151. Keaton, our race leader. He did a 134. So that would have been because of the crash. But Keaton is absolutely on the limit. Fantastic racing from Keaton. SS man, a 134 too. So he's pretty close to matching the times. You can see he's at the again. That gap has plateaued at around the 2.5 second mark. Jono Stan, he's got about a 2 second gap between him and SS. Whether or not he'll be able to close that before this race sees its conclusion, we're going to have to wait and see. And Brian F, he had the pace at the start, but just hasn't been able to stay consistently quick as front of the other guys. Still a very quick lap time for Brian F. You'd be hard pressed to match that. Viper Z, just in front now of what looks like a battle, which could see us close out this race. It's going to be Groover and Hatfield. Hatfield seems to have closed the space in between him and Groover somewhat. If Groover makes a small mistake here, Hatfield's going to be able to pounce. And so he's going to have the advantage of the slipstream too, is Hatfield. And XL is not too far off the scene either. So the top 10 still could really be decided here in the next 6 laps to go before we hit race 2. And I'd just like to say welcome along everyone to the Race on Oz round number 3 Division 1 race. My name's Josh from Demo 1 Garage, live eSport e-racing right here on the channel, as well as some sim racing from yours truly. If you want to see more of this stuff, let us know. Please like, subscribe, follow wherever you're watching, Twitch, YouTube, or the Facebook. Leave a comment, get in the chat, let us know what you think. And I really do hope you're enjoying the new high definition stream tonight. I hope it's working good and flawlessly, and all the sound levels are perfect. Wow, it's just you move a computer from where it's been sitting for a few years, and I don't know why, but all my outputs, all my streaming locations just disappeared. If you know computers, there's really no explanation for that. It just does it because it was moved. So I'm hoping everything works on your end. But anyway, these guys here for race. Oh, Groover, I think he's had a mistake, and this is what I was afraid would happen, and it has, as Hatfield gets the lead, and XL's going to get up in front of him as well. Groover losing 2 spots down the straight just after the bus stop chicane. It has taken its second victim tonight. Groover tagging the inside wall. We'll get a replay for you shortly. And he lost 2 spots in a matter of moments as XL and Hatfield were on the scene to take them. This is what I'm talking about. Might be a sprint race, but you make one small mistake. The level of racing here is so high, you're really going to be hard pressed to recover. I even think XL could be pressing for 6th here. Let's have a look. Let's see what happened with Groover. So we're entering the bus stop chicane here. You can see he was in 6th place comfortably. And he tags that inside wall, and he loses all the speed. Around comes Hatfield, and then he tries his darndest to block the run, but I think he's already given up at this point, as XL had the inside line for the hairpin, and around XL went, and in front he goes. And you can see at the moment, he's still down in 8th spot. XL, though, is super tight to the back end of Groover. Sorry, Hatfield's exhaust here. If Hatfield makes a similar error here, it could be XL who pounces on it. Oh, nicely through there. Absolutely kicking the car on the limit. And the gap is building between him and Groover now. No, a little bit later on the brakes, maybe. XL rounds the last bend to come up. This is technically the last bend here, but it doesn't really count. And then we hit the timing beam to start lap 12. And you can see the slipstream, huge effect for XL here. XL though, is he going to have the speed to get around him? Hatfield still says 6th. And he's done a great job of defending it though, but it's bumper to bumper action as we come to the top of the S's. Into the square corners, the double right kink. Hatfield doing his best at the moment, cutting the corner, making the track as short as possible. This is going to be a really hard task for Hatfield. Look at this. Oh, I think Hatfield got a really good exit speed through the first corner there. Good line. Just using all the exit curbing there. This is where there could be another move. Hatfield goes defensively, then comes back into the inside. Hard on the brakes is XL. The corner apex is coming up. Hatfield was just pushed a little wide, but nothing wrong with that. The chase is on into the bus stop. Hatfield controlling it there. He doesn't... Well, because he's in front, he basically controls the pace. XL's looking quick though. Braking zone. Oh, I thought XL was going to get something there. Vastly different line. Look at the line Hatfield had through there. He just gained at least 2 or 3 tenths from that alone. And it's put XL under the pump as Groover is right back on his tailpipes. Here we go. Groover has a look. No room though. No room. This is a great battle. These three. Nothing is set in stone in the RaceOnOz Championship. Nothing is ever... You can just never pick it. You can probably pick Keaton winning though. But we've seen it in other GT leagues. Some of the GT World finalists as well. They'll never make a mistake. Then that one day that they do... Oh, it's turned up. It turns it up. This is him. He's in first. And you can see the gap he's got is a 6th, then a 0.2 second gap. Dylan Rollo, welcome. Thank you for following. And as that happens, XL has a move down the inside. Switch back from Hatfield. Groover tags the pedal of the inside of XL just before the bus stop. And that was really lucky. XL could have been out of control. But Hatfield kept his cool. Oh no, I think Groover tagged the wall again. He did. No, he's done so much work to catch up. Be like Brendan Hobolk and like the stream too. Thank you very much, Brendan. Glad to have you along. Let's have a look at that replay of Hatfield and XL. Well, we will in a minute. Let's have a look and see if XL is going to have the outside line for this S's. Common corner, panel bumping. Hatfield once again defends it beautifully. Ooh, a little bit of a fishtail coming out. Oh, I think Groover's got the pace. There's the yellow flag. What's going on? Oh no, Jono Stan. What has happened to Jono Stan? He was running 4th. Oh, the car just kicked along and it skidded. Look at that, getting air off the exit curbs. And he now sits in 9th spot. He's got a lot of work ahead of him. The reverse grid race coming up after this. Well, he'll be up the front, so he'll be able to use that to his advantage. But up in 4th spot, down to 9th, like that. This is what I was talking about, ladies and gentlemen. XL now chucks it. Hatfield switchback. There's so much action to keep an eye on. Groover still there on the scene. Hatfield controls it once again through the bus stop. Watch this closely. Groover. Oh, look at that. XL gets the wibble wobble. The XL wibble wobble. We're going to call it that. Again, he might go for a dive up here. Oh, just has to pull the car up. It was a bit tight through there. Hatfield gave him the room. 5th and 6th, though. This is not settled. Look at this. Look at the gap between the two. Hatfield will have the inside line for the S's if he can stay with him. XL will have to go around the long way. Groover can't find a spot. Oh, Hatfield blocks it. Groover comes it back to go the long way. Could be 3 wide. Oh, no. Hatfield, beautiful job. Keeps his cool. The heart rate must be through the roof. And now there's more action through here as Jono is trying to get around WTF. The man who made the mistake. Oh, WTF is on the limit here. Jono gets the line a little bit better. WTF running wide. Hatfield still leading though. We're coming up to the last lap. Second to last lap at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Then we'll be doing the second sprint race. Half points on offer and it's reverse grid. Hatfield still holding it off. Chopper Dog is just in front of... Where's Jono? What did Jono do? Did Jono make another error? Oh, WTF! Oh no, another high-speed crash. And Jono's race, well, looks like it's all but over. He's down in 11th. Oh no, Norm! Norm's been involved in something here. Oh, what was this? Oh, that looked really, really late from some of those cars. Norm's in 10th. And I said Jono, his race was over, but he's up into 9th. I can't keep track of all this, what's going on. Norm, is he going to have a dive here? Team BHR, he's in front. Oh, looks like they're really late here. They're just really testing the brake limits. I want to see what happened to Norm. Here we go. Oh, WTF had an issue. Oh, I think it was trying to avoid an incident with the slow-moving Norm there. With WTF, rather. That was a really weird one. Norm going around the outside. Jono. Oh, no, more bumping here. It's getting really aggressive as the final lap is here. They're getting really desperate. This is for... Well, you should be fighting for... Well, it's still for points. Because it's only half points for the next race. Let's double check with these boys. What's happening here? Hatfield still has the lead in front of XL. Will he have it through the corner? This awkward corner before the bus stop. He does. Norm still in 10th. Jono got that lead. But this is Keaton, our man out in front. He's on the last lap. He's got a 7.6 second lead. And he wins race 1 for tonight. Look at that. Checkered flag out for him. SS man. Beautiful race as well. Flash of the lights. Congratulations. Second to him. Here comes Brian F. He'll see the checkered flag and he'll take third. It'll be Viper Z in the silver Volkswagen there. He'll take 4th position. 5th though, it's going to be Hatfield with XL and Groover not too far behind. Beautifully fought battle there tonight. Chopper Dog out of nowhere gets 8th spot. He should be pretty stoked with that. Jono's in 9th and the gap is grown. Oh, Jono's pushing it. He could be under some strife here as Norm could get the exit he needs. This could be really close. Watch it to the line. Norm's not going to get the speed. He's got the draft, but it wasn't enough. Jono just takes out 9th spot. 10th was Norm. WTF got 11th. And there in 12th would have been Razor. What a race one it was. Well done to the boys from RaceOnOz. Race 2 is coming up. Another sprint race. But it was this man, Keaton. He was on pole, got the fastest lap, and he won the race as well. Wow. I don't have any voice left for this next one, but let's do it. Let's bring it on. Race 2, right here from Dragon Trail. I did call it Tail in the title. I will fix that. But thanks to everyone that has joined us tonight. Race 2 is underway. Dylan Rollo has liked the stream. Thank you, Dylan. And be like Dylan. Like the stream too. Thank you very much, guys. Yes, if you do want to see more esports racing, much like this, F1, GT Sport, Project Cars, whatever it is, let me know. I'm Josh from Demo One Garage, and this is what we do. Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Every single stream. Live and free. So, let's get into it. Race 2 will be reverse grid. And we're just waiting now for everything to get sorted. Oscar Tennis Casas is now following. Alonso is happy. I'm happy. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I think they're just setting the grid now for reverse grid. It'll be Dragon Trail again. Race 2 for the evening. And this is Division 1 of the RaceOnOz series using the Volkswagens, a one-make series, and it's really, really top racing. Keaton looks to start. Well, Keaton should start at the back. Yes, SS Man there in the chat. Good work, Keaton. Too consistent. For me, he was very consistent. I was saying how consistent these top guys are. It's very rare you see any of them make a mistake. All right, well, we've got a break for 2 minutes. So if you want to go and get yourself something to chew on, something to drink, even if you need a toilet break, go shake it now. You've got 2 minutes before race 2 starts. But oh, what a race that was! Just couldn't take your eyes off any part of that track. Nothing was certain. Now, I have moved. We're in the new place. Hopefully the HD stream was working. Now I've let the dog come inside because it's a new place. I need to go check on the dog, so I'm going to use this break to quickly check it. I'll be right back. Can't be more pleased than that. She's just sitting there laying down, not chewing on anything. She's a Labrador Maremma, so those dogs are quite renowned for chewing on things. Thank God she's not doing that. All right. Personal issues out of the way. I don't know what happened there, guys. Is that the stream or what? Well, I can't see anything. I think it's the game. All right. Hang on, it could just be the camera. I fixed it. Right, not long to go. Second race coming. Should be starting soon. There was a 2-minute toilet break for one of the drivers. Obviously he had to go. Drank too much water. That's what happens. That's why that'd be the hardest thing, I think, when you're racing. Imagine Le Mans, right? Let's think about that. 24-hour race. I don't know, you're doing a 2-hour stint. You drunk too much water. I don't know why, but you did. You really have to go. Do you relieve yourself in the seat, which you do change because you've each got your own little, custom form fitting seat. But I don't know, might get on the floor or something. Or do you just hold on to it, hoping that you get to the end of the 2 hours or however long you got left, so when you jump out, you can go relieve yourself in the toilet. But does that then affect your times, your lap times? Or does it just sort of just disappear because you've been going on for so long? I don't know. That's a hard one to think about. But I think it'd be very distracting. I think Groove is practicing his bus stop here. Let's have a look. Luckily there's no FIA rules where you can't go backwards on a live circuit. Otherwise he would have been disqualified. Race 2, another lap. Another sprint race here, half laps, it's reverse grid. Let's check this one out. All right, to Group 3 here at Dragon Trail. I did call it tail in the stream, my apologies. This is it, reverse grid racing, half points. Razor's got the top spot with WTF and Norm. Jono will take 4th. I think Jono's a real favourite to take this one. You can hear someone's on their limiter very early. Razor's got that top spot, the outside line. And it's the green light here for race 2. 16 laps to go. Norm gets a blistering start. And he's up in the 2nd spot. WTF down in the 3rd. But it's Razor from the front row into the lead as the cars come into the twilight. Lights on. And it's going to be 4 or 5 wide into the S's. Now the cars all squeeze through. And, oh no, there's been an incident. Who was that? Who was that? That was Chopper Dog. Let's have a look. It's really hard to see what happened with Chopper Dog. Oh, sort of got tagged. Sort of got tagged. Now Razor's still leading us here. Chopper Dog's down the back. And then it's Norm in 2nd. This is going to be a really interesting reverse grid race here. Excel's got 4th place from Hatfield. Where's Jono gone? Jono seems to have been involved in something as well as the rest of the guys come down the hill into the heavy braking zone. It's SS Man and Viper Z side by side. Brian F just in behind. Viper Z's got the shorter line on the inside, and 7th place was more than likely. It could be a drag race into the bus stop, but it's not. Brian F right out in the limits. The 2 Red Bull cars as well right at the back. And everyone has gotten through. Yes, look at that. Clean as a whistle. Chopper Dog's up into 12th, and WTF, well, he's got something to answer for. Let's have a look. What happened here? It was the tag from behind, wasn't it? That sent Chopper Dog around. Norm's out of this race. I'm not sure what happened there. But Razor's leading this one by a good margin, about a 2nd from Groover. And then it's XL. This is going to be a really interesting battle here for the podium. As this reverse grid race has reversed the field from slowest to your fastest races from race number 1. This is race 2, another 16-lap sprint race. These are always so fun to watch. As Hatfield gives chase, looking for that podium spot. It's in sight. XL getting a good exit, just following through Groover there, nice and clean. Trying to catch up to Razor at the moment, who is the pace setter for this race at the moment. He's got the lead. Oh, Groover gets a little bit too much inside curbs, upsets the car, and it's XL around the inside, the outside, whatever corner it was, up the S's, up the hill. And he's up in a 2nd. He's going to give chase to that red Razor in front. Beautiful stuff from XL. And it's Viper and Jono fighting. Oh, SS is it well in there as well. Brian F. These were the fastest guys from race number 1. And they're all fighting midfield at the moment. This is going to be an absolutely ecstatic race. Eclectic. Eye candy. You're not going to want to take your eyes off it. And everyone got through cleanly there. Everyone just follows one by one. Is Viper Z going to go for a move? He's not. Groover looked to have a shot on Hatfield here, but Hatfield, he's cool, calm, and collected under pressure. So he's going to be a really difficult one to get around. Now I think SS Man's got the jump on Viper Z there. Brian F's trying to take advantage of it. SS is just trying to make that Volkswagen wider than stock. And there's a Brian on the inside, but the Brian can't get it done. Oh, the Pagnian driver just collects the car up. He almost got tagged. Oh, Brian's gone. And that's it. Brian gets too wide. We've seen other cars make that mistake tonight. Watch this. He'll run wide on the exit. He caught it there. But you hit the sand trap, hits the sand, car's gone. He didn't do the 360s we saw before, but that's really lost him a lot of time. You can see the gap really, really spread out. Razor still got that lead. It's still about a 2nd, so it's plateaued there at the moment. XL hasn't been able to make any progress yet, but I'm sure that will change before the end of this one. Hatfield at the moment, still cool, calm, and collected. The Iceman of this race series, and he's kept Groover at bay for another lap. John O'Stan right now, he's looking to improve on the last race's performance. He made a few errors, a few unforced, a few forced, and that put him near the front of this one. But it's Viper Z in front of Keaton at the moment. Keaton was our winner from the last race, and it looks like he's really under the pump at the moment. He would be a favourite to get a podium. Will or won't he? Well, he's still got enough laps to try, so let's see what happens. Still plenty of time left for Keaton to make a mark on this race. And there's Brian after that mistake. He still managed to hold out 8th spot. SS Man down in 9th as well. Some very big names at the back of the grid early on. WTF with a mistake, and we lost Norm. Maybe a disconnect or something. But look at this, XL. XL has closed that gap, and he's right on the exhaust fumes of this leader, Razor. XL looks like there was a bit of a differential in the braking zones there. Razor looked a little bit quicker through there. Watching from the back of the leader, but the gap was about a second. He's closed that into 4/10. Great racing. Reverse grid stuff. We should see more of it in more racing series, I think. It is a really good format. Michael Schumacher won his first F2 race from a reverse grid race. F2 when you do the top 8 reverse grid. XL, does he squeeze it through? He's going to thread their needle up to the bus stop. Razor though, it's the drag race. And it's on side by side. They're still not giving up. Razor gets it. XL backs out just in the nick of time. Does Razor squeeze it? He does. That was really close to that barrier. Ooh, I was a little bit scared, but Razor's done it. These guys are just... They're going to give you heart palpitations. If you suffer anxiety, look away, because it could really trigger you. Groover is, well, he's in the middle here of a Hatfield Jono Stan sandwich, and Hatfield is just defending beautifully. He's up into 3rd, and I think there's been a change of lead. Not yet. I thought we saw the green machine up in front. It's really hard to keep an eye on. Where should we watch? I think it's going to be this battle. XL, look at that, around the outside of Razor. No reply. And XL just, wow. Let's have a look. Look at this. It was another drag race up to the double right. 90-degree kink. Oh, he just kept it planted. And there was just enough room to fit the car. And that's going to make all the difference for XL here. He can start to pull out a bit of a lead. Hatfield has also opened the gap up on Groover here slightly. Jono hasn't made any inroads either. But don't these cars look beautiful here at twilight? Most of them running the yellow Dayglow yellow headlights. Viper Z there in 6th. He's sort of by himself at the moment because we've had a few mistakes down the back end of the field. Keaton's in 9th spot. Has he made an error? Let's see if we can go back and see something. Well, no, he was well off the pace there. Still well off the pace at that point, so that's as far back as we've got. But yeah, Keaton, I don't know if he's going to get the podium out of this one. And this is Chopper Dog and WTF. WTF is closing it down as he evaluated the weaknesses of Chopper Dog. We're about to find out. Oh, Razor and XL, they touch panels once again as they come into the S's. And it's another change of lead as we hit lap 6. This is where Razor got around the outside of XL, but is XL going to squeeze him wide? The corner comes up, Razor fits it in. Hatfield is there as well. Hatfield is taking advantage of this. Is this 4-train carriage almost? Jono Stan at the back is really starting to make this race very interesting indeed. The podium positions are not settled. Do not look away for a moment because you're going to miss it. Because I just did. Oh, I want to go have a quick replay, but we're going to miss something here. Hatfield, he goes late on the brakes here. He could get a move on Razor. Oh no, Razor's misjudged that one. It's going to be the battle of the exit speed. Does Hatfield have it? Razor might have to give this one up. Will he? He's not gonna. He flashes the lights. Oh, he was not keen on giving that one up, was he? Ooh, just made around there into the bus stop in time. Tags inside wall slightly, but he'll get away with that. And now Hatfield is under immediate attack from Jono Stan. Oh, look how quick they come into there. Oh, just heavy braking. Let's have a quick look. Look, we have to have a quick look. This is where Razor made a move on XL last lap. He did it just before the S-Bend's up here. And this is where they tagged panels. And he had the lead, but then it all swapped and changed again. And exactly the same part of the track, and he's in second here, and XL has increased the lead. On board with Hatfield here, doing a really, really good job of defending his third place from Jono Stant. Eat, sleep, race, repeat. Put that in the comments if that's your life. Hashtag eat, sleep, race, repeat from the back of Jono Stant's car. Has he got the pace down the hill here? Will Hatfield defend it? Or we might even have a move on Razor. No, he keeps it up the inside. Hatfield. No, they all just keep their positions for now. But it looks like XL is running away with this one. As the four-train carriage is dwindled down to 3. But it's still for 2 podium positions. I think Jono got a really good run out of there. He's going to have the slipstream of Hatfield too. Hatfield's going to have a very difficult time of defending it. Oh, what has happened there? Has there been a contact with Razor? He's going to lose some spots. Where's he going to return? That is a slippery part of the track. He's in 8th spot. Let's have a look. This was the run down to the corner. Can we see anything from this view? Oh, I think there was a slight touch. He's got Keaton behind him. So Razor and Keaton. Keaton here could get another position up. Look at how close he gets to the back of Razor. Now let's take a look. This is the replay. This is where Razor was running second here. I think Hatfield just touched him. Oh, yes. I think he was a bit early on the brakes or late or whatever it was. But that looked really aggressive. And Keaton's made the move as we were looking away. Let's have a look. So Keaton back in 9th spot. Razor is just having a bad race now. It's an easy overtake for Keaton. Pretty textbook stuff. A leader still though, XL 2.3 the lead. You couldn't guess that what's going to happen tonight. Jono Stant is now up into second. Did that all happen while we were watching the replay? Well, he was ahead of Hatfield before then. Amazing. Absolutely amazing stuff. Hatfield, though, must be commended. He's done a really good job of defending where we've hit the halfway mark. And I think that's where Jono just got the move just before then. That's as far back as the replays will let us go. But what a race we've got. It's still not over. Still 7 laps to go here. And it was the battle for the podium that we weren't sure about. Groove is up into 4th. And it will still be half points, but he should be still pretty happy about that. Now, what's going on here? 5th, 6th, and 7th. S-Man's worked his way through. Viper Z and Brian F at the moment. They've got a really fast guy right on their tails, and they're going to have a hard time stopping his run. Let's see if they can do it. Well, Brian F's a bit wide. Viper Z. They've kept track position for now. This is where we see some errors. As some of the guys, they under the race conditions, they get their race lines wrong here, but I think everyone's pretty much nailed it. An SS man. He's looking for a few more positions. Well, Brian F is defending from Viper Z. Well, this could be on for SS here. He just needs a good exit. Viper Z and Brian. They choose not to drag it into the bus stop. I'm seeing plenty of other people try it, though, and it's worked. I don't think we've seen many victims, though, of the bus stop for the second race. Look at the pace this guy's got. He's going to have to let him go. Viper Z lets him go around. It should be an easy move around the outside. But Viper's not going to make it easy for him. Viper's got some speed, but SS Man says not today, and he gets that 6th spot. His next target is Brian, and he's going to line him up in his crosshairs. And this could be a matter of moments before we see him up into 5th position. Could it be this corner? No, I thought he might flick back out and take the space off of the inside. But Brian would have been easily turning towards the apex, as SS would have been still trying to stop the car. So that was a good decision not to do that, I think. And you can see, who's that? That's Keaton. Keaton's pushed his way forward now. Our race 1 winner is now joining this battle for 5th. 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. I thought Keaton was out with a bit of a mistake or an error early on. I wasn't quite sure what it was, but he seemed to be off the pace. But oh, that's going to slow him down. He was very lucky not to lose the car then. Very lucky. Ooh, Brian and SS. It's getting a little bit aggressive now as we come to the closing stages. They know it's only half points, so the higher up you get, the better. And no one gets tanked there. I think SS Man might have, because look at the speed Viper Z's got him. So much quicker. And there's a yellow flag in the sector. Where, oh where, who is out? Is it Groover? Groover, did Groover make a mistake? He's going to be swallowed up very quickly. It's got Brian and Viper Z. Did Groover make an error? Did he run wide? No, it was in front of him. I don't know what that was. That's a weird one. The yellow flags are out just for fun, I guess. Brian F though. Oh, look at this. SS and Viper Z. These guys aren't giving an inch. SS is going to push Viper Z a little bit wide, but the truck quickly closes in on him, and then we have to turn in. Oh, SS has had to cut the corner quite aggressively to get the right racing line. Runs a little bit wide on the exit. You can see how high those curbs are. He's gone defensively as we head towards the ocean. They make the turn in right to come back into the bus stop, and it's around the outside for Viper Z. An easy enough move on a very awkward corner. There it was, Viper Z. Boom, around the outside. Thank you very much. Oh no! As I've said that, he's hit the wall and he's lost all that work. Keaton is now up into 7th. He just needs to stay mistake-free. For whatever reason, there's a perpetual yellow flag on the last corner. What happened to Viper Z here? Did he just come in too hot? Oh, I don't know if he hit the inside curbing there or what it was, but that was very, very tight. And Viper Z, well, he's just going to have to try and recover whatever he can from this one. But it's XL who leads this race. And look at the beautiful scenery here at Dragon Trail. Not Dragon Tail, as I called it. But it looks like it could be a win for him, as long as he stays mistake-free. Commentary's curse. Hopefully that doesn't come into play. But I hope you've enjoyed tonight's stream and tonight's race. Thank you very much to the RaceOnOz guys for having me. Let me broadcast their wonderful racing series. And don't forget, if you want to see more racing like this, GT Sport, F1, iRacing, Project Cars, whatever it is, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow, whatever it is you have to do on whatever platform you choose to watch from, Twitch, YouTube or Facebook. Thank you to everyone that has joined us tonight. And we'll have another race in the morning for a test event for the SFR GT series. So that's going to be exciting as well. And for the first time, we've been able to broadcast in HD. So I hope that's been a special treat. But here we go. The two teammates of Groover and Brian. Oh, sorry, they look like teammates. They just got very similar liveries. One's a next level racing car, Groover, and one's a Pagnian car of Brian. So no, they're not teammates. But in that sunlight, those colours look very, very similar. Groover at the moment has been able to hold him off. And they've got Keaton in behind, but I thought Keaton would make a little bit more headway than what he's done. He's won the last race. He's in the 6th spot from starting at the back of the grid. It's still a commendable effort. And he could still very well get a few more spots forward. So it's an A for effort. But a definite easy A for driving ability as well. Doesn't look like Brian is able to make any inroads on Groover here. Let's have a look. This is where we usually see the slipstream to good effect. If you can get, he's within slipstream range. He's on the brakes a little bit later. The gap does the concertina effect. A little bit wide. That's gonna cost him. That's why we got the yellow flag. Got someone sitting on the entrance of the pit lane. Slipstream. Nothing really working for Brian down here. His exit out of the last corner was subpar, and he just didn't have the speed where Groover had the clean exit, top speed and everything. It pays off at the end of the straight here, and that's the difference. It is Razor. Razor has retired by the looks of things. SS Man's in 9th. It's Chopper Dog at 8th. Then it's Viper Z down in 7th after his mistake hitting the wall, a victim of the bus stop tonight. And it's Keaton in 6th. And he's chasing down Brian and Groover here, but doesn't look like he's going to catch them, does it? With only 2 laps to go. Brian, though, could be a desperate move on Groover here for him to get the 4th spot. It's Hatfield in 3rd. A well-fought and well-hard for position for Hatfield in 3rd. It's XL in the front, and it's Jono Stan just behind him in 2nd. That gap 1.7. Whether or not Jono is going to catch him for the end, I'm not sure. Not sure it's going to happen. But it's this battle here which is going to take our interest to the flag, checkered flag coming up. Oops, in just a lap's time. We're on the penultimate lap here. 2-race sprint format tonight, and what a race they've been. Race number 2 also having just as much action as race 1. Race 1 ended in some really hectic overtakes, some aggressive moves, some last-minute dives, which really brought it all out. This one started almost the same, and we've had some surprise finishing positions here, I would say. But if Groover can just keep it consistent here, he should be pretty good. And these two should finish in front of Keaton. I thought Keaton might have, like I said, I thought he might have a little bit more pace, but you make a simple error in this league, and it's very hard to recover from that. And you've seen that tonight. You've seen evidence of that. Coming up to the bus stop for the 15th time this second race. And they get through cleanly. They only have to do that one more time. Now I think Brian was a little bit slow on the exit here. Keaton has made some headway. He's gotten fire support, and he's gotten everything locked on, and he's got Brian F square in his sights, and there could be a move here. Watch this one closely as we're on the final lap here. Race 1 winner is fighting for 5th, but he's got to get around Brian F first. He has closed that gap considerably now. Groover will see it all happening, and he'll be happy that it's happening, because that's going to slow down Brian, as Brian now has to think carefully each and every corner where he places his car. He's going to try and make that Volkswagen wide where it isn't. Let's see if he can do it, because Keaton is a top-notch driver, a quality, classy driver, and he's on form. Screaming up the hill now. This is where there could be a move on. Keaton's going to be the favourite to get 5th, I think, but it's not going to be easy for him. Brian's not going defensive, and Keaton doesn't go for that gap. Our leader is XL, and he's just coming through the bus stop. It's a clean one for him. Jono, clean for him. Hatfield, last lap. A little bit slower, I think, but it's clean. It's Groover in 4th, and it's clean. Brian F. and Keaton, they get through clean. This is the battle. This is where it's all at. This is his last chance. Does Keaton get the move? Does Brian defend it? Groover's going to come up to the corner first. Keaton gets around the outside. He can't. We've got a winner. It's XL, but this is where the race is at right at the end. Brian F. and Keaton. Again, another close finish for another fantastic race, and it's Brian just out in front in 5th. Checkered flag flies. Keaton gets 6th. It was XL, Jono, Hatfield, Groover, Brian, Keaton. What a finish. Viper's Head will come through in 7th. SS Man looks to take 8th away. 9th, and then it will be Razor. I wonder if he'll finish. He's sitting there at the start. But what a race, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that one, because I'm out of breath. Hello from Div 2. Pubs Lake is here. Welcome. You've, I don't know when you said that, man, but you've just seen a fantastic finish. But it was this guy from Team BHR who won it. Reverse grid winner is XLXY90. Congratulations. Oh, poor Pubs Lake caught the last couple of laps. Well, it was definitely worth it, I think. We did lose one there, but 12 races started, almost 12 finished. We got there. There he is, up 6 spots as well. XL winning that one. What a race. What a race. Well, I can't tell you how much I enjoyed those tonight, guys, so thank you for that. Again, don't forget we'll be here same time on Sunday for round 4 of the Division 1 RaceOnOz series. Tomorrow morning, Australian time, I think it's 10 a.m. my time, GMT plus 10 is the time zone. There will be another GT Sport League race from the SFR GT Challenge. So if you want to come along, and it's a pre-season race, but it's going to be very exciting. They do have some of the FIA Challenge guys in there from memory. So come and have a look. FIA World Series guys. You know those guys that goes to the final for the FIA series? They've got a few in there. So come have a look. Come check it out. That should be very, very interesting. But once again, thanks to RaceOnOz for having me. Thanks for putting on such a fantastic show, guys. And thanks for being patient with me since I've moved. I'm finally in the new house. As you can see, I think it was all worth it. We finally got 1080p HD streams coming. I hope everything was flawless. I hope the sound was good. But I can't wait for next week. And there's so much more coming up on the channel as well. So if you want to see a lot more racing, a lot more commentary from myself, some sim racing stuff, please subscribe or follow if you're on YouTube, Facebook or Twitch. I'd love to have you along every week. And if not, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. And if you're an F1 fan, might I suggest check out Lights at F1 podcast. It is a podcast that me and a friend, Aussie from another league, FNO1 Esports, do. Episode 14. Yes, come on. Yes, I think was the title for the Hungary Grand Prix. Go check it out. But that's all promotion from me. My name's Josh from Demo and Garage, and thanks again. But I will see everybody next video, and can't wait. So I'll see you then. Good night.